Hello and welcome to MotivEnglish, the channel where English learning meets daily motivation. Today we travel to China, not by plane but by imagination, to visit one of the greatest wonders in the world. The Great Wall of China is not only a wall of stones, it is a story of dreams, courage, and teamwork. It is a story full of lessons, sometimes serious, sometimes funny, but always inspiring. So let us walk together on this wall of history, and while we walk, let us also learn how to build our own walls of strength and hope in life. The Great Wall of China is not only a wall, it is a story. And it is not only a story about stones, bricks, and mountains, it is also a story about dreams, about people, and about how human beings can create miracles when they work together. When we think about the Great Wall, we usually imagine a long line of stone that runs across mountains and deserts like a sleeping dragon. But the truth is that it is more than that. It is a reminder that big things are possible when people dare to try, even when the task looks impossible. The history of the Great Wall goes back more than 2,000 years. In the early times, China was not one big country but many small kingdoms. Each kingdom had its own land and its own walls. These walls were like fences. They were not very long, but they helped protect villages from enemies. Later, when Qin Shi Huang became the first emperor of a united China in 221 BC, he had an idea. He thought, why should each kingdom have its own little wall? Why not join them together into one giant wall? And just like that, the dream of the Great Wall began. Of course, saying it was easier than doing it. Imagine mountains so high that even goats think twice before climbing, deserts so wide that camels feel tired, and rivers so fast that fish themselves complain. And now imagine workers carrying heavy stones, wood, and earth across all those places. Many of us cannot even carry groceries up 3 floors without taking a break, so we can only imagine how hard it was. Yet thousands of soldiers, farmers, and workers did it. They worked day and night, through heat and snow, through hunger and pain, and little by little the wall rose. The first version of the Great Wall was not the strong stone wall we see in photos today. It was made of tamped earth, wood, and stones. But even then it was long and impressive. Later dynasties repaired and extended it. The Han Dynasty made the wall longer to protect the Silk Road, that magical route where silk, tea, and ideas traveled between China and the West. And centuries later, the Ming Dynasty created the strongest and most beautiful parts. They used bricks and stones, they built watchtowers and fortresses, and they made the wall more than 6,000 kilometers long. Some parts climbed mountains like a stairway to the sky, some crossed deserts like a lonely road, and some passed near rivers like a quiet guardian. Now you may wonder, did the Great Wall really stop enemies? The answer is sometimes yes and sometimes no. Some enemies found ways to go around it, some bribed the guards, and some even climbed over it. But even if the wall was not perfect, it gave people a sense of safety and pride. It told the world that China was strong, organized, and creative. And sometimes in life, even when something does not work 100%, it still has value, because it gives people hope, and hope is already a kind of power. Building the Great Wall was not only about defense, it was also about teamwork. Thousands of people from different backgrounds worked together. Some carried stones, some cooked food, some built towers, and some kept watch. Each role was important, because without cooks the workers would go hungry, without workers the towers would not rise, and without guards the wall would not be safe. This teaches us a lesson for today. Whatever we build, whether it is a company, a project, or even a happy family, it is not one person alone who does it, it is everyone together. When we walk on the Great Wall today, it is easy to feel amazed by the size and the beauty. You climb the steps, you look down at the valleys, and you see the wall moving like a snake over hills and deserts. Some people laugh and say, wow, this looks like the longest treadmill in the world, and your legs will agree when you climb it. But then you stop, you breathe, and you feel the wind on your face, and suddenly you realize that you are standing in the middle of history. Soldiers once stood where you stand, lighting fire signals to warn of enemies. Traders once passed below with silk and spices, dreaming of gold and adventure. And now you stand there, with your phone in hand, taking selfies. History has a sense of humor too. The Great Wall is more than bricks and stones, it is a teacher. It teaches patience, because it was not built in one day, but over centuries. It teaches courage because workers faced danger, but they did not stop. It teaches vision because someone dared to imagine a wall longer than the horizon. And it teaches humility because even the biggest wall in the world could not stop everything, reminding us that no matter how strong we are, life will always test us. There is also a funny lesson in the Great Wall. When you look at it, you may think, wow, these people built a wall so long, and I cannot even finish a to-do list for Monday. But the truth is, they also built it one step at a time, one stone at a time. They did not wake up one morning and say, let us finish 6,000 kilometers today. No, they did what they could each day, and slowly the miracle happened. This is the same for us. Whether we want to learn English, save money, or change our life, we do not need to do everything in one day. We only need to do something every day. Small steps lead to big dreams. The Great Wall also teaches us about balance. It is strong, but it also flows with the shape of the mountains. It is hard, but it dances softly across rivers and valleys. In life, we also need this balance. We must be strong, but not too rigid. We must be flexible, but not too weak. The wall shows us that real strength is not about fighting nature, but about working with it. Today, the Great Wall is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and millions of tourists visit it every year. Some climb the steps for exercise, some take photos for memory, and some just sit and look at the endless line of stones. And every visitor takes something home. Not a brick, please, because that is forbidden, but a feeling. A feeling that humans can create wonders, that patience is worth it, and that beauty can come from hard work. Let us think about the people who built the wall. Many of them never saw the end of it, because life was short and work was long. Yet they worked anyway, because they believed in something bigger than themselves. This is another lesson for us. Sometimes the work we do today may not give results tomorrow, but it may give results later, for other people. A teacher may not see the future of every student, but still teaches. A parent may not live to see every success of their child, but still sacrifices. The Great Wall is a giant thank you from history to all those nameless workers who believed that their effort mattered. So what can we learn from this great story? First, that no dream is too big if you take small steps every day. Second, that teamwork is the secret ingredient in every miracle. Third, that persistence is more powerful than talent. And fourth, that even when you fail sometimes, like when the wall did not stop enemies, your effort still has meaning. The Great Wall is also a reminder to laugh at ourselves. Imagine building a wall to stop enemies, and then centuries later it becomes a tourist attraction where enemies and friends from all countries come together to take photos. Life is full of surprises. What you build for one purpose may serve another. And that is okay because meaning is not fixed, it changes with time. The important thing is to build, to try, and to leave something behind. If the Great Wall could speak, maybe it would say, do not give up, keep building your dream, even if people laugh, even if you feel tired, even if the road is long. One day, others will admire what you have done, and maybe they will even take selfies with it. In the end, the Great Wall of China is not only a monument of the past, it is a friend for the present, and a guide for the future. It whispers to us that strength is born from patience, that unity is stronger than division, and that dreams are worth the effort. It tells us that we too can build walls of knowledge, bridges of kindness, and towers of hope in our own lives. And it leaves us with this simple advice. Do not be afraid of long journeys, because every step counts. Do not be afraid of big dreams, because even the Great Wall started as an idea. And do not forget to laugh, because even the strongest wall in the world cannot stop a smile.